Hi, so I am sharing with you my altered Peg All small hunter satchel in marigold. Now, let's see, we'll just jump right in. I'm Tammy Inman, and this is A Peach Life, and thank you so much for joining me and taking a closer look at my altered satchel, hunter satchel small. Okay, again, it's from Peg All, and I just wanted to start by saying, I don't know if any of you guys else were trying for the launch on November 14th, Saturday, November 14th of 2025, in case anyone sees this in the later down the road. They're launching the new Sendak nutshell. So they have the Sendak Mini and the regular Sendak, and now there's this like little really mini cute guy. And they had posted some pictures of the different color ones. So I guess I was hoping those would be on the event they're having. Excuse me, but it was just the flower bag special Sendaks in all the sizes. So surprisingly, I was able to put them in my cart, but I knew I'm not going to. I'm waiting for one of the colored ones. And so I thought, let me try and make a little something out of something I haven't been using. So this is what I have made. By no means is it like, oh, nicely done or anything like that. It's okay. It's not too bad, surprisingly, but let me share with you. So this is their mini Sendak, and then there's the regular one. And then the new nutshell, which will be smaller than this. Apparently it's like 12 inches wide by 6 inches tall. Don't quote me on that. You can go to the site and look, but I think that's what I had seen. So, oh my goodness, it just looks so cute and adorable. And then it looks like it'll be a couple or a few weeks, no exact date of when the colors of wax canvas that they normally carry, they'll be making them in. No exact date, but I think it said a couple weeks, maybe a few weeks. So I just thought, I've got to go make me something. I'm always altering and all the stuff. So let's just jump in and get started. To me, so it's cute. It's not supposed to be the Sendak, but to me, it's a little funny not having the cute little zipper over here. Oh, by the way, this is Mouse. So if you guys are new here, this is Mousy, aka Mousy. Her name is Pixie Marie. Usually we have Thomas, my orange guy, but we have Mousy. She's a pixie bob, and she is a little rescue adoption, and so she does. So she's born with her little tail like that. It has not been trimmed. And so, in case you're wondering, I would not trim her tail. It's got a cutest little point to it. Anyways, okay, back to the bag. So to me, it looks a little funny not having that zipper spot, but I was thinking, can I see this real quick, Mouse? No, you're good. Okay, you're good, or you can go. You do whatever you want. Okay, so I was thinking of like attaching like this way one of my smaller zip pouches that was like this size, attach it in there somehow when I was sewing, and then I would have that as the little flip, and then the flip, and then the flip. Was kind of my thought, so that I still had some sort of little zip thing over here to put stuff in. And that was working great until the size here of the satchel is normally maybe like 2 inches wider. And so I had, took the little stitching out, and I made this, I shortened it up. So that wasn't going to work. And then I had this one in marigold also, which I definitely didn't want to cut up. They definitely have like a nice little price point to them, like a good price. And meaning like a little bit, you know, a good solid amount of money for them. And they're really nice quality and handmade and all of that. So that is why. So I certainly didn't want to cut that down to put on there, but I can see how, oh, my stitching here is because I've altered this at some point, and I added these little pockets in the back to put stuff in, sort of like the writer's pouch one, but the writer's pouch one is slightly bigger. All right, so I just rolled with it and just figured this is how I'm going to utilize it, and I'll show you all the little stuff in it. But I will say, this one I really set up and just use for art and drawing and sketching and making and creating away and all that kind of stuff. And then that. So it's cute to have the little pocket. I'm looking forward to getting one of the nutshells at some point in time with the pocket. And I fold it this way because it folds in much better. I feel like this way it gets real tight, and I feel like I could ruin my stuff in there by how much I have it packed. So I go this direction and close mine up a lot of the times. Okay. There you go. There's the look. That's the mini. So now we have my little one, and I will say, let me come in here a little bit more so you can see as we pack this guy up. Now, the Hunter Satchel, the small, it's kind of like this, but a little wider, the small is. And it has the bag, so you're putting stuff in it, and then it has a pocket inside. So I cut the front off is what I did. I took the material from the front and I just cut it right off. And then I took the stitching out of the pocket, which is here now. I put the pocket on the back of here. Oh, I also left that open thinking I might want to close this up and use this to put one of my paint palettes. I don't think it's going to work that way. So we'll see. So we're moving on. I also thought maybe it'd be cute. I don't know. But I think overall this is going to be best to have a little outer pocket here to put different things in. And then I will share with you, I had this on here, which was really, it was so cute when it was full. And it was like this. It was so great, except for the problem is when you, so I'm gonna have to find some other attachment for here, or maybe trim this off and do some sort of snap button, I'm not sure. But when you put this down, you have that bulk. It just didn't lay flat, so I didn't love that. So those are my two things I've removed. But let me show it to you filled. I also, in this part, slit these little slots, and I put some super glue by Gorilla, and it has the brush. So having the brush is really nice. And I was able to slit that and peel it back, put a little glue, and then tuck it under there really nicely using my bone folder. So when I tucked it back in, that's why it kind of has those little slots there, and just crease and bring those down. And then I put a little glue under here and kept that down so that they don't pop up. Let me show you some of the little things that I thought I can carry in mine. Now I'm not going to be carrying my large art toolkit case, but I do want to show you that I made it so it does fit in here, and then it just kind of folds like that. Now this is where the belt of the actual Sendak would be really nice to wrap and have this little belt loop so that when I opened it, I wouldn't have that bulk underneath. But again, I'm not going to cut up my Sendak, although I have altered that one a little bit. I'll tag that video at the end of this one so you can see that. And I have the larger Sendak, and I've altered that just a pinch, and I'll tag that video as well for you at the end. But my Hunter small satchel, I had already taken the strap off of it because it's not as long as the regular Hunter satchel strap, so I didn't feel like when I carried it cross body that it quite sat nicely for me. I'm sure it works great for others. So I'd already taken that off. I'd already trimmed it and used it for some other way, so I just thought I'm gonna go for it. So with that said, this does fit in here, but this was supposed to be more of like a little on the go of goodies. So let me show you. I like to take my little microns, and so I thought that would be great to add in here. And then I could put 2 of those. And then I have a water brush. So I thought that'd be nice to add the little water brush in here. Now this is just kind of like an empty little space in there, so it works out great because it wasn't being utilized. And then let's see here. Move these few things out of the way. What I would like to take is my pocket size water palette. I think that would be wonderful. And then my brush that I like to use a lot. Let's see the number there. I have a Kaweco fountain Kaweco clip added on there. So I'll probably just put that in there. And then I thought it'd be nice to be able to carry my gouache also. So I have that. And then, let's see. Let me grab for you really quick. I have the little eraser like stuff. So I thought that'd be nice to tuck in there. And then I made kind of like a little stop when I was sewing so that it wouldn't go all the way down, so it wouldn't be difficult to try and get that out. Although you could have that go all the way so you can keep pins and stuff in there. But my thought was kind of for this. And then I could take a mini, have a little gouache set with me. That can go in there. It can go in this way also. I like the little snug fit right there. And then a mechanical pencil by Kaweco and a fountain pen. So things that I would carry with me for writing in my sketchbook, or let's see, a little writing along with, let's see, creating. Where's my little things? Okay, so that's sort of perfect. So I've been incorporating a little more writing in my little art sketchbook there. So nice to have the pencils for sketching, the microns, fountain pen and brush. And then, let's see, I have a little spray bottle here. I did have this clip on here. It's not wanting to go on now. Let's see. This is for the fountain pen size Kaweco, and it's on the little spray mister from Art Toolkit. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and pop that in there. And then let's see. Am I going to bring that? Probably not. Maybe. Then we'll take and put 2 more in here. Maybe I'll take and put that one in there. Okay, that's sort of my thought. That's a good amount of stuff to take along with me. I like having my littles on the go. I also could put more in here. I could put another pocket in here if I wanted that full size instead of this little pocket and brush area. I could put it here. You could see it's a little tighter, but it works. So let's take that guy out for a minute. And then let me show you how everything just kind of goes together here. Okay, I like that. And then I just take and roll that up. And then it would snap here. It's not too much. You could see here, pretty nice. Here, if it had that flap. So what I didn't have is enough material to do a little flap. But for me, I would just take it and put it right in my tote here. For now, let me show you. I've been kind of playing with it. And then look, this part can come and sit up on top here on the pocket. Or if it's fuller, it would go inside and then like that. Not bad if you had the little flip cover to keep everything nice in there, because you could see that's what it would basically look like on this side, but now you're seeing everything. And then if you don't have as much and you want to go tighter, then it sets up there. I have all sorts of little pieces of sewing thread. Okay, so for now, I'm just putting it in there. It's actually really so nice and compact. Let me show it to you next to the Sendak full. This guy's like a giant burrito. We'll move those guys along. It was just something for fun. See what I can create out of that one thing. If I had a nice piece of canvas material, oh, I could have really just had fun starting from scratch. But I really had to just figure out what can I do with this thing that I have without wasting it, having something I can utilize. So there's that difference. And the bottoms, see, you could see it's a nice little, oh, there went the little art toolkit guy. I'll push it down further there. It's nice and compact. So for me, I can just take it and open my little bag, and I would just have it in there upright anyways, but only that little art toolkit came out. But now that I pushed it down in there, it is much more snug. And my little of a kind, I'm gonna go up a little for you guys from one of those. I thought the pattern goes cute with the one here that I have. Also with the what is that? The sketchbook from Peg Awl. I really love and enjoy all the things. This is the larger one. And in the back pocket is my trimmed down Hobonichi to passport size. Okay, and then I like to run that through there like that. So I don't have to always clip that because it holds on nice and tight. Kind of hard to get on and off until I really use it a lot more. All right, so that is my little bag to grab and take. And I would probably on the go add one more thing in there, which is my Hobonichi Hone. There you go. Look at that. I mean, that little guy packs a good punch with all the stuff to carry. It's very nice. I love it. Definitely one of my favorites. So that is a look at that. And if you haven't seen the satchels, definitely go to their site. They have it in small and regular size. They're wonderful. It just didn't kind of work out for me. The small was a little bit too small, and the regular was like a hint regular. A hint too big. I feel like I needed this in between Goldilocks size. But if I could choose between the two, I would take the larger one. I definitely got more and get more use out of that one. Oh, also let me show you, if you have like a little something as a water cup, that can go in there also, or like this. And you could also put like this here, clip that on. Let's see how everything's laying nicely over, and close that up. And then snap. So that snap for me, that is what I got to figure out. But is that guy so cute? Oh, let me show it to you with a pocket-sized Moleskine, just so you can have a visual reference of the size. If I lay it flat, it's just a hair above that. Pretty good. Then also, I have the pocket where it wraps around here. I didn't know if I wanted to add one more of those little things. Ooh, also, even though I didn't trim, I only trimmed a little off my belt. If it had a longer belt like this here on my little mini bag, that would be perfect, because then it can come around and right through here like I do on my tote bag and hold it closed like this. That would have been wonderful if it came all the way through and then through there. Wouldn't that have been so great wrapped around? All right, so if you didn't get a little nutshell, which I think there was only two, and I did have one in my cart, and then I just thought, this isn't what I'm really wanting. I'm really wanting one of the colored ones, and I need to just let go of that so somebody who really wants the flower bag ones can get it. Look at this guy. Can you see him? He's a little cat mug. I can't tell if he's really... Those are at West Elm right now. So the cat, I think there's a deer, a couple other things. So anyways, definitely not a nutshell. And the thing is if you're a little Sendak lover, it feels like, where's my little zipper spot? So with that being said, I wish I would have thought this through a little more before I just started cutting and doing, because I think if I did the pockets down here, I think I would have enjoyed it more like that, closing up this direction. But that new little nutshell was on my mind. It's just so cute. Oh my gosh. Let me know if you guys have seen it, if you're thinking about it, if you're for sure getting one when they come out. Let me know your thoughts on it. Did you also think it was going to be in the little sale today? Because they posted on their Insta story and Facebook story a picture of all the cute colors of wax canvas, and it said, you know, put your little newsletter in, and that's where they share everything. And today was going to be like a little special sale. So I totally thought those were going to be in, which is fine. It's not. They did not say it was, but it did, like, I feel, allude to it or something, or it's just my wishful thinking that it was going to be. But nevertheless, they did have a couple of the new size of the nutshell in with the mini Sendaks and the regular Sendaks. And I think they shared something like it was their first time doing of a kinds in the Sendak. All their other of a kinds are so wonderful. All right, so that's my little look. I can see bringing this, grabbing my moleskin, and I'm off. I'm set. Now, I will tell you one last thing. I can't imagine I alter this. If I can only tell you how much work, and then my sewing machine was giving me heck, and then I realized I needed to change my needle to a that can handle the thicker fabric, and how I was working with such tiny amounts of fabric that I was like zing, zing, zing all over the place. I'm not going to alter, but I do really wish I did the pockets this way going across. Oh, I don't know. I think I do. I think the reason why I'm saying that is because it doesn't have that little zip part, and it feels like, because I'm so used to the Sendak, it feels like it's missing. It's missing its little section there, which is why I had to do something over here. So the spray bottle's cute over here, and the water brush. And then I do have, oh, I got that other guy down there. I do have, if I ended up, oh, did I really, I think I did put a stitch there. I think I really did put a stitch there. Oh, there. I did put a stitch, I think, so this guy wouldn't fall all the way to the bottom and he wouldn't be difficult. And then also I will say, I forgot to add my stitches in while I was making this. So I had to do it after the fact, which was interesting. Again, so if I had a fresh piece of wax canvas and I could make and do, sure, sky's the limit. But when you have a certain amount and you're trying to make something, I feel like I did a wonderful little job of something that I can utilize and will get a lot of use out of. I think it'll be great. And a lot of fun to use. But I do wish it had the pocket here. I wish there was just a bigger thing going across and a bigger thing going across. And I'm kind of going long, so I apologize. But if there was a piece all the way across here and all the way here, and they each had a pocket behind them, then you could slide this into one of those spots and you could still fold, or this into one of those, and then you could still have two areas. Since a lot of my things are shorter, the two areas would be cute. I don't know, maybe I just take some other material and try and make my own thing. Give it a little shot. But this is so cute. I can see myself going to be using this a bunch right now. I just love always trying new things. Let me know if you like it, what you think of it. If you think it looks nuts, you can tell me. I'm fine with that too. If you enjoyed the little video or my altered Hunter Satchel, hit that little like button, and I will have some of the other of my Peg All items videos here for you to take a look at, and some of the altered, and plus there's many more if you go through my YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me.